Good morning and welcome to Unity Longmont Spiritual Center on this beautiful July 2nd, 2023. We are blessed to have Connie Schaefer and Clint Brown to be our musicians today. And we have our beloved Mike King as a speaker. So if you would all please mute yourselves and we will get started. So first we'll hear from Clint and Connie.
This is a song called Merry Meet and Merry Part. It's a song about from the goddess pagan times. May the circle be open but unbroken. May the peace of the goddess be ever in your heart. Merry meet and merry part. Merry meet and may the circle be open but unbroken. May the peace of the goddess be ever in your heart. Merry meet and merry part. Merry breath. May the circle be open but unbroken. May the peace of the goddess be ever in your heart. Merry meet and merry part. And merry meet and merry part. And merry again.
Thank you, Clint and Connie. And it's at this time that we go into prayer together. And we do that by taking a deep breath. Sacred presence, we are gratified that you are here with us, within us, and all around us. We ask that you open our hearts and our minds and our ears as we listen to the words of wisdom. We are grateful for each and every one of those of us here. We ask that you be with all of those worldwide who are taking time this morning to seek and connect with their Creator. Be with us now as we proceed with the music and talk. And we ask this with gratitude. And so it is. And we'll hear from Clint and Connie with another piece of music. Connie and Clint, it's not coming through very well. You might want to change your setting for the music.
Toner and what do you want this day? I guess we can just go back.
Okay.
Hello.
All right. Thank you.
When our heart is in
a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place,
when we trust the wisdom in
each of us,
every color, every creed and kind, and we see your faces in each other's eyes.
and our heart is in a holy place.
When our heart is in holy place, we are blessed
With love and amazing grace, when our heart is in a holy place.
when we tell our story from deep inside, and we listen to loving mind, and we hear our voices in each other's words. In our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in
A holy place, when our heart is in a holy place.
we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place. When we share the silence of sacred space, and the God of our hearts stands within, and we feel the power of children's faith. Heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in
A holy place, when our heart is in a holy place.
we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is
In a holy place. Our heart is in a holy place.
Thank you, Clint and Connie. And now I'd like to introduce our friend and occasional speaker, Mike King, with his words of wisdom and his poetry, which I hope you have for us today, Mike.
Okay, can you hear me? Okay, everyone?
Mhm.
Good. Well, I'm gonna speak about freedom because July 4th is coming up. So and I gave myself freedom to not stress too much about this talk. I gave a talk at Columbine, and it was a learning curve for me because it was one of the coolest things I've done. And it was also one of the most stressful things I've done. But I'll start with a small meditation. So let's go ahead and, if you're comfortable, closing your eyes and get grounded. Feel that wherever you're sitting, the earth is providing for you. And just allow whatever is your current experience to come, to go, just to do whatever it wants. Simply be. Take a few deep breaths to clear away the moment. Freedom, I have found, doesn't reside in freeing the person, the me, the egoic me, but freedom resides beneath that, below that. What we are is at first can seem to be like a platform at a busy rail station in London. The trains of thoughts and feelings, perceptions, ideas come, they unload, and they leave. But I, awareness, much like a platform, I am there prior to the thought. A thought comes. I seem to merge with that particular thought or idea or feeling. And that experience leaves, but I, this open, translucent, transparent awareness that I am, doesn't leave. Experience changes constantly, comes and goes. But I, the aware, empty platform, is free. Experience doesn't change me, cannot diminish me, cannot aggrandize me. See that this is true. Thoughts arise in you. You don't arise in thoughts. And this is our first greatest awakening, that I am not my body and mind. I am that which knows the body, the mind, and the world. And when we know this, not a knowing in our mind, but a knowing in our heart, because we have verified it in our own experience, the first awakening is a taste of freedom. This is where freedom resides. And we realize then that freedom cannot be constituted. Freedom is our constitution. We are free. This awareness that I am, that you are, we all name it I. I am aware. I know my thoughts. I see you. I hear the music. The music, what we see, what we hear, what we taste and smell, what we think about, what we remember constantly changes, but I don't change. As the proverb says, be still and know that I am. God. And God told us his name. He told us his name to Moses. He said, I am that I am. Tell them I am sent you. And Jesus also said, I am the way, the path, the life, the truth. Not I am as a person, but the same I am that God told Moses his name was. Your name is, my name is, all people's name is I am. There's not 8 billion I ams. There is one I am we all share. That's where freedom and truth lie. And it's just waiting for us all to discover. We don't allow life to happen to us. Life just happens. When you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. I wrote a poem, a little poem a while ago. I thought it would be apropos. It's just a short little poem. It's about living as my story. Life's story weaved so strong, waiting to hear the siren song. Then came my grandson's voice, a sound so sweet, piercing my heart, oh, so complete. Knowing is a knife's edge, razor thin, just the right tool to pierce suffering skin. Lifetimes of sins, both gotten and given, now is the time for all to be forgiven. We do not end or even start. That's the knowledge gained from the heart. This gift is known by grace's kindness, gently unveiling fear's blindness. My story, most pages have turned. My novel in love's fire now has been burned. If we believe ourselves to be a person and we are working on the person to better become awake, or whatever goals we have. I fell in love with the forgiveness in chapter 3 of The Way of Mastery, which I did for 3 years. And I just want to read this quick little thing from that chapter. It's really helped me when I've been in the middle of feeling and believing myself to be a separate person in control. And it goes like this: I judge you not. I extend forgiveness to myself for what I have created. I embrace you. I love you. I free you to be your true self. I bless you with the blessings of playful innocence and uncaused peace and joy. I threw in some poetry because I know you guys like to hear my poetry. So I think I've read this one to you before, but I think I've changed it a little bit. It's kind of a funny little one. It's about Humpty Dumpty. So many years he's hidden away, afraid of what truth might have to say. He's been baked, boiled, and fried. I don't deserve to be destroyed, he cried. Please help me over the edge. Truth's vow, now my pledge. So the king and I gave up the crown the day we tumbled, landing on unyielding ground. The man-made brick and mortared hell where we sat so long, our smooth alabaster shell. Humpty Dumpty cracked up when he saw us fall a long way down our storied wall. No ears to hear, no, our cries were soundless. Resistance oozed from now shattered roundness. Our edifice saturated with karma created. Freedom, the fall, all are related. The egg and I laughing, tears of yoke, now just enjoying this funny cosmic joke. Freedom can't be freedom in our Constitution is constituted. It's written as a law. And we sometimes look to these laws for our freedom. But I believe that freedom of the person is really fear. It's fear that somebody could take something from us. And so we hold on and we try to protect this shell that we believe ourselves to be. Now, of course, I'm not talking about us. We're on the spiritual path. I'm talking about the society that we find ourselves in that is fairly sick. But I believe to make change, as Gandhi says, we must become the change. We can work out there in the world, but really the real work is here, right here. I've written 3 little I am poems or stances that we would take. If I live in ignorance, I live from the belief that I am separate. And boy, that's what we were taught. That's how we grew up, is that I end at this skin. And I am in here, and everything outside of here is not me. And even our senses, our perceptions, our feelings kind of reinforce that. And there's no school that we go to in Western society that helps us come into this knowingness of what we are. So from ignorance, we would say things like, I am a combination of nature and nurture. I am my DNA. I'm a man or a woman. I'm a certain age. I was born, so I'll die. I'm this body and mind. I'm a bundle of thoughts, feelings, perceptions, and sensations. I have a certain weight, so I'm weighed down. I have beliefs, and many of them are cherished. Many of them I don't even realize are a belief. They're subconscious. Beliefs can be dangerous. I am rich, I am poor, I'm a Democrat, I am Republican, I'm straight, I am gay, I am bi, I'm queer, I'm black, white, brown, I'm separate and alone, I'm afraid, I'm not enough, I need to try harder. I am good, they're bad, I am right, you're wrong. The world is real, but I am temporary and will die. That's how I lived my first 60 years. That's what I thought I was. I just tried to do the best I could. One of the things that happened to me is I was listening to Rupert Spira meditation after I had had some experiences. William James, in his wonderful book, The Varieties of Religious Experience, talks about how many different ways we all can have these glimpses, these unfoldings of our true nature. And Rupert said, and I haven't done this, so I wanted to do it with you guys, is he said, imagine a flashlight. So I've got a flashlight. And imagine that you go into a dark room, completely dark, you've never been in. And we take the flashlight and we look around at an object. And I see an object and I can name that. In fact, there's an entire yoga around that. It's called Nama Rupa, name and form. But then when we start in self-inquiry, when we look to what we are, what we are asked to do is to turn the flashlight around and to have the light of awareness shine on itself. But we can't do that. I can turn the flashlight everywhere, but I cannot turn the light on itself, the bulb that emanates the light. It's the one thing that the light cannot do, is shine itself on itself, because what we are is not an object. What we truly are has no objective qualities. There's no weight, there's no time, there's no space. Everything that we can see is at a distance from ourselves. We can't see ourselves. So that is how God hides. He hides in plain sight. We are it. We can't know it. We can't see it. We can't hear it. We can't even feel it. What we are is prior. It is everything. And we know this even not from the flashlight example, but from our eyes. The eye can see, I see you all on the screen, but I cannot turn my eye around and see myself. Does that mean that the eye doesn't exist? Of course not. The sun, ask the sun to turn itself around and illuminate itself like it illuminates the entire world. It can't do it. It is self-illuminating. You see, that's where I believe freedom is. And that's where we, in this spiritual traditions, all of us need to work on, is to find this, which we don't even find, we are it. It's just a rediscovery or remembrance. And then to have the courage to go out and wherever our talents lie, you'll all know what is right to do, whether it's music, Clint and Connie, where this meeting, where we're meeting, what you all are doing. I find it in talking about it. A person or an ego cannot be free. It's impossible. Because an ego is not real. Seems to be real. The ego is like an illusion or a mirage. I remember the first time I saw a mirage, I grew up in Wisconsin. And I had a pretty tough childhood. And at 10 years old, I ran away from home. They found me lighting a fire over the gas tank of a truck in a parking lot in Milwaukee. And so my parents sent me to California, which was great. Kind of forgot what I was going to say there, so I'm going to go on. This first awareness, this first understanding where we find that we are the light of awareness without having to do anything. You see, for me, it's like this direct path is so wonderful because it's the lazy person's approach. There's no efforting. In fact, if I'm making an effort, I'm taking a step away from what I am. There's no effort in knowing what we are. We just are that. So if we find ourselves at peace, this uncaused peace, we would say things like this: I am open, transparent awareness. I am not at peace, but peace itself. I am the knowing with which all experience is known. I am the seer of all that is seen. I'm the perceiver of all that is and can be perceived. I am boundless, infinite, transparent, without edges. I am empty. I am free. I am the light of awareness. All colors come from me. All experience arises from and falls back into me. I am the container for the universe. Can I share the screen? Am I set up to share the screen, Bobby? I am. Okay. I'm gonna share the screen here. And I just want to show you, do y'all see that? I don't know if somebody, I can't see you guys. Can you still see me?
I can see you, Mike, in a little square off to the side, and I see the screen that you're sharing.
Beautiful, thank you. Well, that's my little doggy, Casey. And I just wanted to show you Casey in this little red, white, and blue bench. And now I am going to share something else with you, if I can pull it up here. this prism. Hopefully this will come up. You all see that? I'm going to assume that you all do. I love how a white light taken through a prism comes to the other side of the prism of creation, and we have an infinite amount of colors. And I think it's such a powerful tool to see when we believe we are a particular color. I am white, I am black, a particular person. Our belief is in this, the right side of this, that these colors are what is real, that I was born and I will die and I am of an age and I have my beliefs. And freedom is not found there. But through self-inquiry, or from whatever ways that grace has graced us all, we come in contact with the fact that, no, these colors are nothing more than the white light of awareness, God's infinite beingness. And the essence of everything and everyone is this white light. And we don't have to do anything to become it. We are it. We are both the single white light, and we are the expression of God's infinite beauty. Pierre Teilhard de Chardin, I've read one of his books. He was a Catholic priest and a scientist. And he said this: there is almost a sensual longing for communion with others that have a larger vision. The immense fulfillment of the friendships between those engaged in furthering the evolution of consciousness has a quality almost impossible to describe. That's why I'm here with you all. That's why I'm at Columbine. That's why I do these talks, because we are all on a similar path. Yes, our pathways are all divergent and different. All I can tell you is my path. But the mountaintop is the same for all of us. I'll read you the third who am I. I am wholeness, split into pieces. I am that which sees clearly through the occlusion of illusion's delusion. I am my own opposite, yet have none. I am the final piece of all puzzles. I am that which goes on forever, never having started. The Alpha and Omega are but twin stars in the sky of my mind. I am the light at the end of desperation's dark tunnel. I am the permanence of all that seems impermanent. I am the right of all wrongs and the truth at the heart of all lies. I am the final arbiter and authority. I am the home your heart longs for. I am the now of tomorrow, here today. I'm always here. I am. I'm the knowingness with which all is known, and I am the mystery of the unknown. I am that which sees clearly all blind spots. I am all that you desire and all that you need. I am the one who never left you and never will. I am that which will never let you down. I am that which is longed for in all longing. I am the understanding in all confusion. I am that which never dies. The longing for closure, yet always open for isness. I am that which hides in plain sight. Look anew and you'll find me. I'm the gap with no need of filling. I am I, and I am you. I am the one that ends all self-imposed sentences, period. I am the serene center of the circle, watching playfully as yes and no, right and wrong, night and day chase each other round and round. Dualities dance tango for two. I am one, and guess what? That includes you. I am ever changing, yet always the same. I am the truth in the heart of all religions. I am your most trusted friend that always has your back. I am that which the mind seeks for, but never finds. I am the yes that every no longed for. I am the touchstone of all that can be touched, yet am untouchable. I am the impersonal heart of all persons. I am the portal. I am the way. I am the truth. I am life. I am love. I am you. You know, whatever level we want to look at in our society today, if we say, I'm going to look at this just from a practical level, how do we find freedom? How do we right the ills of our society? Well, on a practical level, if we really look at the earth and where we're at, we have to see that cooperation, not competition, is the way forward. There are more microparticles of plastic in the ocean today than stars in the Milky Way. 264 people are killed in the United States every day by gun violence, homicide, and suicide. People are hurting. So if I'm just a practical man or a practical woman, I'm going to take that information and come to the decision that, yes, we have to work together. We are all in this together. We might want to take a scientific view. And from a scientific view, I love these quotes. Let me pull them up real quick. From Albert Einstein and Max Planck. Now, Albert Einstein is the father of the very large, and Max Planck is the father of the quantum, the very small. Now, here's what these Nobel Prize winners say after all that they have looked at. Here's two from Albert Einstein. When something vibrates the electrons of the entire universe resonates with it. Everything is connected. The greatest tragedy of human existence is the illusion of separateness. Sorry, our separation from each other is an optical illusion. His other one, a human being experiences himself or herself, her thoughts, her feelings as something separated from the rest, a kind of optical delusion of consciousness. This delusion is a kind of prison for us, restricting us to our personal desires and to affection for a few people nearest to us. Our task must be to free ourselves from this prison by widening the circle of compassion to embrace all living creatures and the whole of nature in its beauty. This could be written by Rumi. This was Albert Einstein. And this one is from Max Planck, the Nobel Prize winner of the very small, the quantum. He says, quote, as a physicist, and therefore as a man who has spent his whole life in the service of the most down-to-earth science, namely the exploration of matter, no one is going to take me for a starry-eyed dreamer. And after all my exploration of the atom, then let me tell you this, there is no matter as such. All matter arises and exists only by virtue of a force which sets the atomic particles oscillating and holds them together in that tiniest of solar systems, the atom. We must suppose behind this force a conscious, intelligent spirit. This spirit is the ultimate origin of matter. And finally, Jesus talks about this. Jesus says, going back to the light, Jesus said in the Gospel of Thomas, if they say to you, where have you come from? Say to them, we have come from the light, from the place where the light came into being itself. And he tells us in the Gospel of Thomas also the fact that there is not an inside and an outside. And he says these three quotes: the kingdom of heaven is within you. We've all heard that. But maybe not as well known are these two. I am the all. Cleave a piece of wood and I am there. Lift up a stone and you'll find me there. And then he tells his disciples, Jesus said to them, when you make the two into one, and when you make the inner like the outer, and the outer like the inner, and the upper like the lower, then you will enter the kingdom. And of course, the kingdom is another word for love. Love is the dissolution of boundaries. And we feel that, we know that is right. When we are in love, there isn't two people. There is this magical dissolution of otherness. Think of the word love, L-O-V-E. There is no I or you in love. There is no I or you in love. So no IOUs can be created. Love is not transactional. Love is transformational. You know, as much as I've studied this, I have days where I slip back into ignorance. I just do. Someone pushes my button. And I just, the old habits of 60 years of conditioning just arise. And that's why I started with that forgiveness. We just forgive and we go on. We just put our spiritual boots back on and we start again. That prism that I showed you, I don't believe life started 16 billion years ago in a big bang. I think creation is happening in this moment. Creation is ongoing. It's right now. So we always can start over. No matter what 10 minutes ago was, no matter what our thought about this was 5 minutes ago, like that. That is grace. That's freedom. Thank you all for letting me share these thoughts and feelings with you. So appreciate you keeping me on the agenda.
Thank you so much, Mike. We so appreciate you. It takes a poet to be able to put into words those indescribable concepts or not concepts that you were talking about. And so thank you much for your gifts with words and with explanations.
Thank you.
You are a piece of grace to us. Thank you.
And you to me, and you all to me. Thank you.
And now we will hear from Clint and Connie again.
This is called A Sweet Song of Peace by Connie Christie. Every woman in the world set on freedom. Every woman in the world sang a sweet song of peace. Every woman, every nation, young and old, each generation would join hands in the name of love that we no more war. Every man in the world had his mind set on freedom. Every man in the world Sing a sweet song of peace to every man in every nation. Each generation, what joy hands in the name of love, there be no more war. For every child in the world, have their minds set on freedom. Every child in the world sang a sweet song of peace. Every child in every nation, you're known. Each generation, put your hands in the name of love. There be no. Everyone in the world had their minds set on freedom. Everyone in the world sang a sweet song of peace. Every night, every morning, every child in every nation would join hands in the name of love. There be no more. Would join hands in the name of love. There be no more.
Thank you, Clint and Connie. It's at this time now that we go into our donation of light and love. And we do that by taking a breath together and putting our hands over our hearts and allowing the expression of love to flow through us and beyond us and out and within and all around us. For this is our gift to ourselves and to others. This is who we are and why we're here. To share our light, to shine our light, to become aware of the light that we are essentially created from. And to take that creation and spread the love that it begets throughout us and throughout all of our interactions. And so we are thankful for the awareness and for the grace for our being in these bodies, seemingly separate, but always one. And so it is. And now we will hear again from Clint and Connie.
Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the love of God surround you where you go. Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the love of God surround you. Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the love of God surround you. And